Oh, my loves. Here we go. Today's episode. I am very excited, especially for all the Pacific coasters out there. I have a very special guest, Miss Danielle Nishiyama, and she's going to be telling us about all the things, especially her one big thing. Danielle, introduce yourself to everybody.
Well, hello, good morning. I'm so excited to be here and even more impressed that you're so capable of pronouncing my last name. That's not easy, it's a mouthful. So, like she said, my name is Danielle Nishiyama. I have been in the industry for 20 years. I've been a stylist, I'm a 10-year salon owner. I own a salon in Spokane, Washington. And today I'm excited to talk to you guys and share about the Hair Symposium, which is a boutique hair show that I started about 4 years ago inside my salon and not on purpose. So it's kind of a good story. And really, I feel like I'm a lot like you, all of you. I'm an industry professional and passionate about what I do.
I love it. So, tell everybody how this not on purpose hair show came to be and what you're doing with it now because 4 years and it's gone to this level. Like, that's pretty good, girl. Tell the story.
Yeah. So I was thinking about this last night, and 4 years ago when I started this inside my salon space, this was absolutely not the goal was to start a hair show. It was 2022. We were kind of riding the wave coming down from the influx after 2020. I think that most salon owners, or maybe in my position that had hybrid teams, experienced a lot of ebbs and flows during that time. So for me, my rental side of the salon had kind of dropped off. A lot of my friends that I started the industry with had left the industry or completely pivoted. And so I found myself leading this new generation of hairstylists and at a time where we were in such high demand. So my burnout was getting pretty high by 2022. And I was trying to think back when I felt the most inspired or the most connected. And for me, that's always been leaning into education. And so I wanted to create some sort of in person, all around experience for my team because, again, they were young, they'd never experienced anything like a hair show before. And at the time, in person education had gone away really and hadn't started coming. So I hosted this 2 day kind of like it's not like it started out as a mix between like maybe a boot camp and a mastermind for beauty professionals. So it was a lot of technical, a lot of business, a lot of inspiration. We did yoga together, we ate meals together. It was just like fill your cup kind of soul food.
Love it.
Yeah. And it caught on because social media is so amazing. People posted, the educators were talking about it. And the next year, we decided to throw up tickets to see how many people wanted to come. And we couldn't host it in my salon space anymore. And so that's kind of the progression that it has grown. So this will be our third year hosting it in a large venue. This year, we're going to be in downtown Spokane. And I'm just really excited. But the funny part about this is when I think to the very first hair show I went to, that was when I totally transformed as a stylist. I was a younger stylist. I had been doing hair for maybe 3 years. And when I walked in the room and I saw the energy of hairstylists, it's the best wave of energy you could ever feel. Everybody was so beautiful, head to toe dressed to the nines. And then the talent on the stage was so inspiring. And these stylists were doing things that I could only dream of, like behind my chair and on stage. And I remember reflecting back and thinking, who the heck put all of something like that together? Like, that must be such a beautiful testament of this long career of being able to pull in all of this different education, inspiration, fill the room with artists, and just really give back to the industry. And so now I think about that whole reflection. And I'm like, that was when it first started. That's when I was touched by the bug of like community and getting people together.
That's so cool. And it's so like it's so cool because you're doing it now and it wasn't even in the it wasn't even in the playbook, and you are remembering that one moment that kind of was like the ember that like set this spark, like that is, I love it when that happens in life, and it's so cool to hear from other people. So, okay. So you started this in your salon. Then every year it's grown exponentially. This is the 4th year. How is your team now? Those baby stylists who had never been to a show before, and all of a sudden not like they're like thrown into part of the programming committee. Like,
Yes, yes. They're like, I didn't know I was not just a hairstylist and I'm now in event planning. But isn't that the truth of hairstylists truly when you're running a business behind the chair? Stylists today are expected to wear so many different hats, and you have to be an executive, decision maker. You have to be a people person. You have to be your front desk, all of it. So I honestly feel like my stylists run fast and furious. They hit goals, I think, quicker than most young stylists in the industry because of the climate that we're in. You're allowed to grow so quick. It's no longer about like earning the right and having to be in the industry for 10 plus years to get that badge of honor. These stylists, 3, 4 years, are sprinting to success. And they're so multifaceted and talented, and they're just accepting the wave of how business, and especially in our industry, is done today. So it's impressive.
I love it. How do they feel? Like, do they feel like they're getting the most out of it? Do you
Dude,
think?
my team specifically, they are the biggest hype girls in the world. I have the nicest team, and I feel like this is something that has honestly even helped me grow a deeper culture, is
Mm,
cultivating this experience for them, and then also them seeing the ripple effect that it's having not just in our community but now across the nation. That's inspiring for me and for them.
yeah.
And I think allowing them to be part of it is like a really big deal. um, I just remember last year we had a big stage and my team was in the front row, and every single speaker and educator had come up to me multiple times during the weekend and said, your team is a team of cheerleaders. They are like in the front, and that's just how they are in life. So
I
I
love that.
definitely couldn't do it without the team. But
Yeah.
I also think in turn it like feeds the goodness together because I think that they love it so much too.
Yeah. And okay, so you're in Spokane, Washington. Is that on the very tippy top?
It's on the tippy top. We are almost up in Canada, but we're on the east side of Washington, Spokane, Washington.
Okay.
And yeah, we're just a wonderful, big, small town. We can pull a lot from, Idaho, Oregon, Montana. We're still about 4 hours away from Seattle. Most people only know Washington and Seattle.
I love it. So you have the mountains. It's going to be like I mean, I want to go. I am like, I love the West. I'm all about it. Yellowstone really like kicked me over the edge.
Yes.
so, so I can just imagine like the two things that I currently love, the mountains and then the beauty industry. Like what?
Yeah,
Like natural beauty and enhanced beauty.
the two best things in the world. Yeah,
Totally.
we collide up here in Spokane. It's absolutely gorgeous. And October is one of my favorite months of the year because fall, it's so dreamy. It's going to give you all of those, like, warm fall vibes. And you can wear your cowgirl boots or whatever
Yeah.
kind of boots you want and feel good.
And that's when the show is, right? When what are the dates?
October 25th and 26th.
Oh
So
my
it's a
god.
Sunday, Monday. It's 2 days packed full of education, inspiration, connection, all of the themes.
God, that's so beautiful. Okay, because now the importance of the hair symposium, right? That's what it's called,
Mhm.
is that there is no other hair show in the area, right? The closest one would be Vegas.
Yeah, hair shows go through Vegas, but we're the only hair show on the West Coast. Like, we are, especially in the Pacific Northwest, like, there's nothing like this around here. You know, like I said, we are kind of rural because we're kind of near the mountains. And so
Hmm.
we don't get a lot of love or attention up here. So it's so much fun to be stirring up the pot a little bit and getting people up to this side of the country
Yeah.
and phenomenal educators. And it's, you know,
Tell
just such an
tell
honor.
us a little bit about who the educators that you've had in the past and who's coming up for this year. Like, what can we look forward to?
Well, some of our past educators, we have had, you know, some of my favorites, and I love like Lance Courtney with Easy Hair Pro, and his entire team is just phenomenal to work with. I could listen to Lance literally all day long. Lauren with Inspiring Champions. We had Vish and Forrest supporting us last year. Moroccan Oil, like they bring the party. Their
Love.
team is always jazzed about a party and good swag. So we love anybody and everybody from Moroccan Oil team. And this year, I'm excited to bring back some of our old friends, but we're actually inviting a ton of new faces and brands this year. That's one of the best parts about being a baby hair show and growing is that everybody is so excited to be part of it. So that's what's allowing us to grow so much. So in the next couple weeks, we'll be dropping our speakers and our
Oh,
sponsors to get you all excited.
I'm so excited. I tried to get the scoop, guys. I tried, but we gotta wait. so, so I am I am legit ready to see who's going to be there, what they're teaching, and I'm so happy that the West, the especially the Pacific Northwest is getting something. I went to Montana several years ago, and I'm a true beauty pro, right? I cannot leave the salon. So I went to the salons getting my nails done, getting some blow dries, and the girls were telling me like they have nothing. And I am so happy. And some of the girls were from Alaska and they really don't have anything out there. So this is so, so, so awesome. Okay, now
Well,
tell me.
they come crawling out of the mountains for this show. Like it is so much fun to welcome people that have been in the industry and been here so long that they're like, this is incredible that we have something this close to us now. But then also for the younger stylists who have only known education through a screen, like there is nothing like being in person with the people that you adore on.
Mm.
Like there's so much more leverage and inspiration to come from that momentum than just seeing something in under 90 seconds. And so it really is one of those life-changing experiences as a beauty industry professional. I mean, I'm sure you remember your first hair show or your favorite hair show or, you know, all of the hair shows,
It
right?
changes you. It totally changes you. I remember my first hair show and I was like, what is happening right now? Like you could feel yourself changing. So I'm excited for everybody going to this. And if you're not going to this, get your tickets to go to this, make it a little vacay, like hello. Okay. So Danielle, tell us about your origin story. Okay. We did a little bit about the show, but now what about you? Like putting on this kind of event definitely comes with some personal like imposter syndrome, burnout, like what the hell am I doing kind of thing. So tell everybody about that.
Um, yes, it absolutely does. I burnout for sure, imposter syndrome almost every single day. But what I will say is, I think that one of my secrets to success is that I really don't stay in either of those places too long. I was given the gift like squirrel syndrome. So I just can move on pretty quickly. And I would say that that has served me well in business and in all of this because I truly am not a perfectionist. And I know that momentum is one of our greatest leverages in life, and fortune favors the brave. So I have no problem just putting myself out there and being like, I'm collecting data. Let's see what works. I've done a lot of my first 10 years as a salon owner as like throwing spaghetti on the wall and figuring out what sticks. And now I think I'm a little bit at the phase where I can be reflective and I have this tool belt of what I know works and doesn't work. But I spent so many years in that momentum and in that mindset. Try anything and everything that lights you up because you never know what skill set you're going to gain from it and how it will help you in the future. So I was thinking yesterday, a few years ago, had spent so much time and money and energy into creating these beautiful, um, they were like little daily journals for her hairstylists to really scale their business behind the chair. So it would teach them about tracking and just that visual and all of it. Well, I mean, now that we're in such a digital age, I like laugh because I am like, I should have been working on it, or I should have been like, forwarding that, like who's in the dinosaur days of like, just dates me. So the skill set that it gave me and the mindset that it gave me is irreplaceable. And it also allowed me the opportunity at the time to reach stylists that weren't necessarily working inside of my salon, but really working on their business. And so I just think every connection and every lesson truly does help us build the momentum to do what we're doing. And I think that you get to a point when you're consistent and really in love with something that all of the seeds that you've been planting just kind of start popping up. And I feel like I'm in that season now.
Yes. Oh, I love that season. And I love that you did have a journal. Like we have journals for the podcast and in my coaching and all this stuff because yeah, so what? It's old school. Like I know you were having like your thought moment, but like the old ways, more or less, um, they still work for the most part, right? So like, and look how that lesson just like set the foundation for you. Like, girl, yes.
It does. And I think that in even doing that, like to promote myself, to show up online, I had to learn how to use Canva. Like I had to do all of these things in order to push out this like one passion that I thought would truly help people
Mm,
outside of my salon team. And it gave me so many skills that I have just built and built and built. And that's what I think about. I am here for the long haul. Like I've been in this industry for 20 years. I have no plans of stopping. I still wake up so excited every single day to do what I do. I don't know how it will continue to evolve, but I just trust so much in this industry, um, just growing and evolving with every, new turn.
yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
so reflective of what's going on in the world and
Mm-hmm.
in fashion and technology and all of that. And I just think that our limitations have become even less. We
Yeah.
have so much room to grow.
Yes. Yes. And like we really do put our own limitations on ourselves and then we're not able to like explore these different realms. Like you just said it before, like, yeah, I've been in the industry and then I made this journal and now I'm doing a hair show. Like, it's okay to pivot, right?
It is okay to pivot, but what I talk to stylists a lot about is I feel like all of my pivots are still deeply rooted in my core
Mm,
values as a beauty industry professional.
yes.
So education, community, teaching people how to run a business behind the chair, not just do pretty hair. Like it's
Yeah.
all deepening this alignment. It's not spreading me out thin. So that's why I think my momentum is continually growing and keeping me on this. Now, a
Yes.
hairstylist who also dabbles in, um, you know, I have no idea, like selling pottery on the side or
Yeah, there we
making
go.
jewels, or, and I even
Yeah.
see some stylists that are creatives and entrepreneurial spirits, but I'm like, I mean, you've got eggs in so many baskets. Like, and so for me, I'm very specific on my eggs that I'm putting out there and to see which matches. But like I said, they're all deeply aligned with my core values as an industry professional. And I think that that has helped me gain momentum.
Exactly. Thank you for saying that because I know we're artists and I know, and you even said it too, like you are your own squirrel syndrome. Like, like, like it's okay to be to have that ADD moment and be like, ooh, a squirrel, but then like come back to your roots and know this is how we're going to get to the next level. Like you have that one thing and you branch out into all the different parts of that one system, right? So with your salon, because you mentioned you're a hybrid, right? So how did you decide I'm going to be a hybrid salon and we're going to do the things? And like, how did you get your hybrid team members to jump on board with this too? Because that's a challenge too in and of itself.
Yes, and I feel like I was one of the very first hybrid salon owners, at least in Spokane, and, kind of in, 10 years ago, those kind of started popping up
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think I did it because of my own journey as a stylist and always feeling like I only wanted to grow and be my best self and follow. And along the way, 20 years ago, I remember the first salon I left. I gave a month's notice. I, I really I cared about them. I was
Mm.
so appreciative of the opportunity, but I felt like I hit a ceiling and I was ready to move on. And I was treated so poorly, and it can be damaging on young artists. And I've also worked with so many young stylists who have had similar experiences. And so I think for me, creating the hybrid space, it was really like me waving that flag. Like, anybody and everybody, especially big dreamers, are welcome here.
Mm.
And I want you to do what you're supposed to do inside of your career. And, now that I'm a 10-year salon owner, I know that it doesn't really matter what your employment status is, like how you get paid. It's really about the moving parts in your life and business and where you excel at or what you're looking for that really decides. And I think it was important to bring that level of transparency and growth to our area.
Mm. Do you feel like your community was a little bit like, whoa, what is this? Or were
For
they like, for sure?
sure. I remember because there was few salons that had been in Spokane for 10 plus years. They kind of groomed all of the best artists.
Mm.
And I remember one of them taking me out to coffee, one of the salon owners taking me out to coffee and kind of questioning me about why I was using this business plan. And I was so excited and flattered when I got the invitation to go to coffee with this salon owner in town. And then when I got there, the tone had seriously shifted, and I felt just really kind of judged and like trying to figure out what my game plan was. And it's interesting because a lot of those salons and those models don't exist anymore. We go through ebbs and flows of business practices being blockbustered out, if you will. And I think that our industry is in a time like that again. People are going to get blockbustered out real quick here because things have changed so much over the last few years.
Yeah, for real. But like, I love it. Like, if we're just being real and raw, like, I love the changes all the time. I love it. But there are times when I hate it too, right? Because we just mastered it and now we got to change it again. Damn it. But it keeps you on your toes. It keeps you remembering what those core values are, you know what I mean? Like, you have to really like remember what your why is, you
Yes.
know?
I just try to remember how I always felt as a young stylist that had big goals and big dreams and then built in this industry and feeling undermined or kind of like I was a competition. And I try to bring some of those layers down a bit because I'm a girl's girl, where's enough success for everybody. And for me, I want to be around people that are like-minded and have big dreams and are going to push me
Yeah.
than than surround myself with people. you say.
Yeah. And like, I love that your community was like, you had your basically your competition be like, hey, let's kind of support each other, right? But then you get there and it was not a supportive conversation. It was like a put down.
A little bit, but very
I
much
mean, not to put
just
you on the spot, but like we're not gonna put anybody down here, but it's like, man, that was two-faced.
yeah, yeah. And, I feel like as a 20-year stylist and a 10-year salon owner, I might be invited to situations in the next few years where I don't understand the new way,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
But I'm gonna always reach back into these experiences of mine and have that help me
Mm-hmm.
keep an open mind and an open heart and just track what's going on because now a hybrid salon model is common
Mm-hmm.
and there are more salon owners and stylists that think like me than there are her. So
Right.
it at the end of the day it just is just such a wonderful experience to have shown what not to do.
Yes, yes. And it's another proof that there's room for everybody in the
Yes.
industry, right? Like there everybody has their place and is necessary at all times. Okay, so what do you feel is your biggest failure? Let's talk about that because all of this stuff is good and it's fun and it's exciting, but we wouldn't be here without our failures.
I've had so many failures. I've to tap into just one.
Okay. Personal
Um,
or professional because it's intertwined, right? So
yeah,
whatever
yeah.
whatever you feel.
I think the I lost. I mean, I've had times where I didn't know if I was going to make payroll. I've had times where I had my heart broken because I wasn't aligned with a teammate anymore, and they wanted to move on. Um, I've I don't know. I've had all of the regular failures we see when we're business owners, like just
Mhm.
putting ourselves out
Mhm.
there. I think for me, the things that trip me up the most are when I go home and I feel like I could have handled something.
Mhm.
And because I really, really think about how I'm pouring into other people and how people are perceiving me.
Yeah.
And I know that my heart is in the right spot. And so I just always want to make sure that that is what is felt.
Mm.
Because I think that in order to be a leader and to do the things, I have an alpha sense in my personality.
Mm.
And so it's not that I'm always just like a walk in the park, right? Like I
Right.
am planning a hair show, I'm running a salon, I'm working behind the chair 2 days a week, the social media plan. Like I mean business most of the time. And so I just feel like that's the one thing that weighs on me is if I was like too busy, too short, didn't follow up on something. Like I always want people to just be like, Danielle really cares.
Yeah. Yes, I love that. And I love the part where you were talking about how sometimes you yourself are no longer aligned with a team member, you know? And that happens to them too. Like I feel like those situations kind of happen at the same moment. Like both parties know.
Mhm.
Um and it's okay. Like you can go do your like we're both growing. We're both human. Most likely they were female too. So like we're both female. We got the hormones going. Like it's a thing. Okay.
Mhm.
Um and it's just good to grow in that way and allow it to happen.
Yeah. A few years ago, I read this book from Brene Brown and it was called
Love
Dare to
her.
Lead. Uh,
Love her.
that was so helpful for me as a salon owner and as someone who really, really cares about how they impact people.
Mhm.
Because it taught me the skill set of like painting the picture and making
Yeah.
sure like, kindness and like being clear is kind. And then also, I think when I was younger as a salon owner, when that misalignment was inside of me, I would try to be better than it. Like, I'm like, I can make anybody a good stylist, or I can get anybody to love me, or, that kind of like desire. And now I am so much more gentle with myself and
Yeah.
with my team of just being like, hey, this doesn't feel good and that's okay. But for both of us to be in our selves, we both have to feel good. And like, what does that mean? Where are we going from here? So I think it's just my biggest learning curve has been being able to like button up that like heart in real time.
What is your advice to anybody in the industry who wants to be a leader?
My advice to anybody that wants to be a leader is probably that you already are and that you should start practicing it even if you don't feel like you are because you
Mm.
are right now. I don't
Mhm.
think that leaders are necessarily a position or a title. I see leaders inside of my salon every single day. I mean, I have an apprentice right now that is 100% a leader inside of the salon. People turn to her and they rally around her, and it's an energy that you haven't even put in the world. And so I would just advise you to like to shine and to think of every opportunity as a moment to let people perceive you as a leader.
Mm. What would you tell anybody who is thinking about doing something big like putting a hair show?
I would say do it like and build momentum and start with the resources that you have. I hear a lot of stylists or people say, well, I would need more this. I would need, all of these external factors. And really, everything you have is within yourself. And even what you have is enough to get going. And like I said, I think that that's one of the things the world responds the best to is just momentum and moving. Um, I would say do it, girl, do it.
Do it. Do it. Okay, what is what is an area that nobody agrees with you about?
Oh, what does nobody agree with me? I think that flat irons should be illegal. I think they should be professional only product. I like hate when my clients tell me they have a flat iron. I'm like, give it away.
Hey, throw it away, put it away, get rid of it.
Yeah.
That is just take a moment. Okay, bye flat irons. Okay, so we're going to be wrapping up. So like tell everybody, how do we get tickets? How do we get tickets? How do we get in contact with you if we want to work in your salon? Like tell us
Yeah.
all the things. We're all about growth here on the BeautyPro podcast.
Okay, I love it. Well, I'm gonna tell you about the symposium. It's October 25th and 26th in Spokane, Washington. So you can get your tickets on our website, which is thehairsymposium.com, or you can find us on Instagram at Hair Symposium. We've got tickets and the link in bio, so it's all super duper easy for you. If you want to get in touch with me, I have an Instagram, Danielle Nishiyama, and my salon is Craft Studio Spokane. So I would love to meet you. I would absolutely love to connect. And I can't wait to see everybody at the show.
Oh my God. We're going to have all of those links in the show notes, in the captions. So make sure you go and check them out. And Danielle, okay, final question. Okay. Like, what is one question that I did not ask that you wish I would have? And what would you have said?
Okay, so wish that you would have asked me what is something that people wouldn't expect from you.
Oh, it's a good one.
Yes, I had somebody ask me that recently, and then I didn't know on the spot. And then I was driving home, and I was like, "I'm really funny. I'm I am super funny. And I don't think professionally people get to see that enough. I'm not a
Yeah.
super silly person. And I'm not somebody who like has that big personality even on my social media or anything. But if you sit next to me at a dinner party, girl, you will laugh all night. Like I'm low key funny.
Key funny. I'm low key funny. I am low key the center of your world.
Yeah, I tell my husband all the time, I'm like, I'm funny, huh?
Love that. That is great. Okay, you guys go follow funny girl, Miss Danielle. Okay. Thank you for coming on the Beauty Pro podcast. Thank you for sharing a little piece of your world with the rest of us, because you're bringing the spotlight to Spokane, and I think that's really important. So thank you
Oh,
for coming on.
thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I love the opportunity to connect with amazing people like you across the country. So it is such a gift. Thank you.
You're so welcome. You guys watching or listening to the podcast right now, make sure you get your tickets for the hair symposium. It's going to be the best thing for you in your entire life. And I'll talk to you guys next time.